So I actually want to try something a little bit different in terms of my little setup right here because my room is kind of like all over the place and yeah, I'm going through a lot of like changes in terms of this channel. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this little impromptu review of Trap.
Enjoy the rest of the concert.
So M. Night Shyamalan's new film, Trap, is pretty much continuing his winning streak from his last couple of films. And I say that wholeheartedly because I've been a big fan of M. Night ever since The Sixth Sense. And he's been putting a lot of interesting works through the past couple of years. I am a big defender of Knock at the Cabin and Old, and even Glass to a certain extent. But this whole renaissance of like M. Night Shyamalan movies finally being recognized as his like better filmography or like his better sensibilities is actually kind of finally coming together with this new film Trap, which stars Josh Hartnett and Amy Ryan, and it's basically a very simple concept that's kind of twisty in M. Night Shyamalan's wheelhouse. And it's basically Josh Hartnett, who plays a serial killer called The Butcher, and he is set to be trapped inside of a stadium full of pop fans while her and the pop star and also Josh Hartnett's character's daughter is a part of this whole kind of scheme to trap him. And that's just like the basis of the story. The rest of the whole movie is basically an Alfred Hitchcock meets Taylor Swift's Eras Tour twisty thriller filled with just a bunch of crazy scenarios and just it's a fun time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, M. Night Shyamalan has been doing a lot of weird stuff lately where he's been very attentive to his sensibilities and like his directing style. He's not the type of director that he was before with like The Happening and The Last Airbender. Here he finally embraces just his whole aurora and his whole sense of style. And I think it finally plays here with really great lengths and strengths. And again, like, he's very like attuned with like his sensibilities in terms of just like being very funny, because this movie as a whole premise is hilarious. And I say that because the whole idea of a guy being trapped inside of a concert filled with pop stars and pop fans it's hilarious on basis. And you get to see Josh Hartnett play like these multiple sides of his character. At one moment he's very like shaky and he's trying to like really like try to escape from all these like problems that are happening inside of a stadium, while also he's trying to be attentive to his daughter, who is really in love with this pop star named Lady Raven, who's also played by M. Night's daughter, which is, it's literally like a Nepo baby's dream to have like your daughter in your movie and also your music playing in the movie also as well, which I'm not gonna lie, that shit's fire, but that's just me. But yeah, like you have all that, and then just like the whole movie is like very drenched in like Alfred Hitchcock's traps and like weird kind of not psychedelic imagery, but just like the really like crazy like trap scenarios and like thrilling moments. And on top of that, like Josh Hartnett, his performance in this is really, really great. And I'm actually glad he's finally back doing his thing after being like left in the dust in Hollywood land. But now he's finally back and he's like really fucking killing it. And his character has multiple sides and he's like really like selling it with like the multiple sides and the personalities. And I also really like the daughter character, Riley, who's played by Ariel Donahue. I thought she was really like interesting, and she plays a lot with the narrative and like how like she's trying to like keep a hold of her father as her father goes in and out of like the concert, trying to just make sure he doesn't like get caught by the FBI and the police. And yeah, again, like I understand like this movie on a basis, like if you really like think about it, it's really stupid and it falls like flat on its face once you start to like analyze it. But I think if you really try to, I don't know, like turn off your brain, like that's like a harder criticism to like really like put yourself out there in terms of that. But I think like a lot of movies, especially like M. Night's movies lately, there are a lot of ways you can just go like, all right, let's just like turn my brain off and let's just like focus more on like the vibe of the film. And the vibe is, it's very, very thrilling and like hilarious. And I gotta like shout out to like the vendor dude, shirt vendor, Jamie. I don't know the actor's name, but like his whole character where he's just like being a dick and also being the guy who knows everything about like the trap is just he's funny. Like he's hilarious. He's basically the comic of this film. And yeah, man, like I enjoyed it. I really did. I gave it a 4 out of 5, and I understand like the criticisms behind this movie, and like also I understand that like this is for basically the M. Night fans, especially me, who's been defending a lot of his films lately. And yeah, man, like this was just fun, and it's a nice palate cleanser to the last film I saw last week, which was Deadpool and Wolverine, which was a product and not a film. But you can kind of like watch my review of that if you want to like know a little bit more about Deadpool and Wolverine. But yeah, like really solid movie. I can't wait for the next M. Night movie. This dude's just like cooking, and he's in his own lane, and he's funding his own movies, so I have to like give him a prop about that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little like short review thing, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace. So like hypothetically, if Lady Raven exists in this universe, what type of pop star would she be? And I kind of want to like say that real quickly, because if she existed in this universe, I think she would be the Ariana Grande of that universe. And I think it's probably because of the serial killer vibe with what happened to Ariana Grande and the whole London thing. But I would also say that I think Lady Raven might also be the Charlie XCX of that universe, because I think she has a small fan base, but like a very dedicated fan base. And she might also hit like the top 47, 50 charts, Billboard charts, because she's probably in her flop era, if we're being honest, because some of the music is kind of tame and I mean, it's some of the songs on the album's pretty good. Like they're bops, but I wouldn't like rush out to like listen to them. I'd rather listen to like Kid Cudi, who's also in this movie and plays like this kind of queenie type of person who just like shows up 30 seconds and he's like very like fruity. And then you also have Russ, who just appears for like a few seconds and he's terrible, and I hate Russ, and he's like the epitome of white rappers. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's just my 2 cents. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Peace out.